Always start with warm-up. A proper warm-up prepares your body for the main session by promoting blood flow and mobilize your joints, muscle, and tendons for any range of motion. It will prevent injuries and improve your performance. Begin jogging in place for 1 to 2 minutes. Then do 20 to 50 jumping jacks to elevate your heart rate to promote blood flow. Don't push yourself to the point of heavy breathing. Move on to mobility exercise. Think of this as oiling your joints and activating muscle and tendons for smoother movements. Start with shoulder circles, rotating your arm in full 360 for 20 reps. Next, perform overhead swings, raising your arms as high as possible for 10 reps. Follow with horizontal hugs. Swing your arms forward as if hugging, then backward for a good stretch across the shoulder, chest, rear delts, and mid-back. 10 reps each. Moving on to rotate the cuffs, I highly recommend 10 reps of shoulder internal and external rotation. These small muscles stabilize your shoulders, so don't overlook them. We're not done with shoulder yet. Perform several reps of shoulder dislocate to further increase your shoulder mobility. Elbows warm-ups are critical in calisthenics because we often rely on straight arm strength, which puts a lot of pressure on the joints and tendons. Rotate your elbows in any direction you like. My favorite way is to mimic speed back punching. If you have light dumbbells or a resistance band, do one set of 10 bicep curls to further activate the bicep muscle and tendons. Wrists need as much attention as shoulders and elbow, especially because they are put under huge pressure in calisthenic movements. They are also frequently used in daily tasks. Like shoulder and elbows, we'll do some wrist circles, followed by dynamic stretches like wrist flexion, extension, and finish with pronation and supination stretches. To wrap up, do a core activation exercise. Plank works fine, but if you have a resistance band, try 10 side bends on each side, keeping your core tight and your torso controlled throughout the movement. And that's it for the warm-up. You might think it's a bit long, but dedicating at least 10 minutes to this is key for injury-free and effective training session. Moving on to the actual workout, let's start with the pushing movement, the standard push-up. When done correctly, the push-up is excellent compound exercise that primarily targets your chest, front delts, and triceps. It also engage your core and your legs to some extent. There are two ways to perform it. The first way, begin in straight arm plank position, shoulder depressed, arms straight, core tight, back straight, and leg extended. Ensure your hands are slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Lower yourself until your arms form a 90-degree angle. The lower you go, the better. It will give your chest some extra stretch, which is good for hypertrophy. Descend slowly and control, then explosively push back up to the starting position. The second way, follow the same cues as the first way, but this time your scapulas are projected at the top. This means push your shoulder blade apart. This will forming a hollow body position. On the way down, allow your shoulder blades to retract naturally, pull them towards each other. As you push up, focusing on projecting them again to the top position. I recommend this approach because it helps you practice scapular projection, which is crucial for many calisthenic skills. So developing the habit of holding this form will serve you well in the long run. The first method might be easier for you to start with, and then you can progress to the second method later on as you build strength and body awareness. Aim for 3 sets of 7 to 10 reps with correct form. Rest from 2 to 3 minutes between sets. If you cannot do standard push-up yet, try the easier version to gradually build your strength. The first one is negative push-up. This is like regular push-up, but you will focus only on the eccentric or lowering motion and skip the concentric or pushing phase. Start at the top position, then lower yourself as slowly as possible, aiming for 3 to 5 seconds. Once you reach the bottom, simply reset to the top position and repeat. Incline push-up is another way to decrease the difficulty by placing your hands on any elevated surface, like a study table, stairs, or chair. The higher your hands are relatively to your feet, the easier the exercise becomes. As you get stronger, gradually lower the height until you can do the push-up on the floor. You can see I'm using the rings right now, but it's just for the sake of demonstration. Unstable surface like rings will make the exercise much harder, so don't use them. The rep scheme is still the same. Aim for 3 sets of 7 to 10 reps. Rest 2 to 3 minutes each. As you progress, gradually increase the difficulty of your chosen variation until you can perform a standard push-up. For pulling exercise, we have the pull-up, king of bodyweight exercise. Done correctly, it will build your lats, bicep, rear delts, and forearms. You might ghost your girlfriend or boyfriend, but never ghost pull-up. Begin in a dead hang position. Before pulling, depress your shoulder and project your scapula. This is called the active hang. This step helps avoid shoulder impairment, reduce injuries risk, and activates the rear delts and mid-back. Like all other bodyweight exercises, keep your core tight and engaged. Now, pull yourself up, imagining you trying to bend the bar with your hands. As demonstrated, the rings will turn outward as a result. This trick helps you feel your lats more effectively, enhancing your pulling strength. The goal is to get your chin over the bar, but don't worry if you cannot at first. It's normal. A little cheating won't hurt. You will build strength over time to reach that. When lowering yourself, maintain slow and controlled movement. Take about 2 to 3 seconds to return to the dead hang position. Some prefer starting their next rep from the active hang, which is fine. It can help you do more reps. However, I recommend starting from the dead hang for the full range of motion because it helps you learn to control your scapula. It builds the stability needed for almost every other calisthenics movement, a foundation you cannot skip. Aim for 3 sets of 5 to 7 reps, maintaining good form and using the full range of motion. If it's too challenging, start with these easier variations. Rows are a great regression. This version reduces intensity as you use your feet for support. The same cues apply. Depress your shoulder, project your scapula, then pull until your chest touches the bar or your elbow passes behind your torso. The lower you place your body, the harder the exercise becomes, so gradually lower yourself as you get stronger. Common mistake. It's easy to slump your body if you don't depress your shoulders and project your scapula properly. This can also happen if your core is weak, so keep the core tight. Another option is using a resistance band for assistance. The band reduces the load, allowing you to practice the pull-up motion effectively while still getting good reps in. As you progress, switch to a thinner band for less support. Negative pull-ups are another great option. Similar to negative push-up, you skip the concentric phase and focus on the eccentric. To do a negative pull-up, jump or step up to the top position, then slowly lower yourself for about 3 to 5 seconds. For all variations, aim for 3 sets of 5 to 7 reps, maintaining good form and full range of motion. After the main workout, it's important to cool down to help your muscle relax, improve flexibility, and reduce soreness. We will do static stretches, a chest stretch, and a lat stretch. You should feel tension, not pain. If it hurts, ease off. Feel free to add other stretches you find online, but I personally stick with these 2 and repeat them. Spend at least 5 minutes on your cooldown for the best recovery. And that's it for beginner calisthenics guide. Here is a summary of the exercise and the movements that I mentioned. In the meantime, work hard, rest hard, eat well, and have fun. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Stay strong.